what's so funny to me? The best messenger and true divine beings and messengers of God are the ones that have the purest hearts with the purest intentions, and they're not arrogant or cocky, despite what people may think. That's why I like to put up. I like to put up like websites or videos that kind of talk about how yogas and recently star seeds or whatever explain the best that a lot of people think I'm a know-it-all, and it's not that. I'm not arrogant, I'm not cocky. And a lot of the times, the most intelligent stuff that I say, even if I research stuff and I'm able to analyze stuff, when I get real spiritual downloads, it's not me saying that or whatever. It's, of course, it's me, you hear my voice, but it's like it's real divine channeled spiritual messages. Because other than that, it's like, how would you know that? How do you know what you know? And I thought about that for a long time. I was like, most of the time or whatever, like I said, a light bulb will go off. If just, and I don't even have to be studying something. It's just a light bulb will go off and I'll just have a message or whatever. And without even asking sometimes or whatever. So it's like when that happens, it's like I immediately get on here and share it, and I take no credit for it. It's nothing but God. So we'll just say that I'm not getting on here to sound smart. And I'm not going to keep getting on here explaining myself, because I'm starting kind of like to have a nonchalant attitude even more and not really care, because time is short. And I'm not saying like next week, next month, the world going to end, but time is short and God is getting frustrated with the world or whatever, frustrated with a lot of evil people in the world. So, and the rapture is right around the corner. In some places it's here. It's just not all the way here in America yet. But anyway, like I was saying, the message that I had today is I want to tell you what it feels like as a chosen messenger of God and trying to relay certain messages to the public and constantly being scrutinized and followed and gangstalk and laughed at and all this other stuff. And most of the time, it's like it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, because I've been dealing with this since I was young. But we'll just say this. Like, for example, this is what it feels like as a true messenger of God. It's like, if you've been picked on all your life or whatever, and you didn't know who you were scapegoated, empath, highly sensitive, gaslighted, scapegoated, whatever, hated on, and then all of a sudden, I mean, just everybody, like everywhere you go, people are just like, oh, she ain't this, she ain't that, blah, 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 blah. And then you go through a really tragic situation, and then God reveals to you who you really are or whatever. It's like you get kind of like a confidence, because you're like, hey, I'm not who they said I was or who they told me I was my whole life or who I thought I was. This is who I am, because God says this is who I am. So when God levels you up or whatever, spiritually, whatever, in life, whatever, and he gives you messages to relay to your enemies and just to other lost people or whatever who want to come out and don't know who they are, what happens is, it's like, how do I say this? It's like, this is what it feels like to me. It's like it's like you beat your enemy, and your enemy was like, okay, well, I can't get you anymore, but I'm going to fool the rest of the world. I'm going to work through people to try to stop you or whatever. And then he's like, I'm going to leave, and when I come back or whatever, I'm going to kill everybody or whatever, except for the chosen ones. So, I'm just using this as an example. So he leaves, and then you're standing in the forefront telling messages, and I used to do this, I used to do that, and God brought me out of it and showed me who I am as a true chosen person of God. I'm an earth angel, I'm a star seed. That's why I had to go through that, so I can be on a level and feel you guys on a whole nother level and be able to explain it. And he wanted to use me just to show you how powerful he was and what he can do. And I'm telling you hidden secrets of what's to come, or dark agendas. And my enemies, okay, I have a lot of people that's listening or whatever that's lost and that's waking up. But I have enemies that don't want people to wake up, or just in general, they ignorant and think that it's funny. And I'm like, even though you guys are evil, Satan is going to get you too. He's going to turn on you too, because overall, he's going to hell. So he's not going to side with you. He's just tricking you. And I'm like, shut up. You ain't this, you ain't that. You overweight or whatever. Your hair is not right or whatever. You're not, who do you think you are? You're not a messenger of God. A messenger of God is supposed to drive a Ferrari. A messenger of God is supposed to have this amount of money, supposed to be married and have kids. I knew you. And let's say some of them, like, I knew you when you used to be doing this or doing that. You used to party and take drugs or whatever. I do. You're not a freaking messenger. And every message that you get up there and say, they just throwing cups on the stage or whatever. And I'm like I said, I'm just using examples that people ain't that bold or whatever to do that right in my face. We'll just say that, but they're just throwing cups on the stage and stuff like that. Get off the stage, you're a joke. But you're standing facing towards them, the crowd, and they're facing you, and they can't see the enemy that's coming back towards them. He far back, but you can see him coming. You see him coming, and when he get there, he's gonna destroy everybody, kill them all off, or whatever, except for the people. They come and stand behind you on God's side or whatever. The messenger that's sent to bring them to God. And they're like, you're freaking stupid or whatever. Then they start seeing that you're getting more and more and more messages. And the messages are even more clear and more influential or whatever, because God is bringing you more messages or whatever, because he sees that Satan is getting closer or whatever. So you're seeing even more. Now they're starting to get mad and they starting to hate because they starting to hear the truth, but they don't have the power or whatever, and they don't like they don't like being sick because they don't want to be called out and exposed. So then they start doing black magic to try to close your throat chakra or whatever, try to make you look in a certain type of way to the audience that you're not who you say you are. I'm trying to see, just in general, it's like, just in general, this is an example, but they doing whatever they can to make you look crazy. They spreading lies through the crowd. No, but remember, they not turning around and seeing what's coming behind them. Then all of a sudden, some people are coming behind, some people are listening, some people are waking up, or overall, more people are being misled. And then all of a sudden, Satan come and just destroy the world or whatever. And then in the midst of it, you're on stage, and it's like, after a while, when you seeing that happen or whatever, or even when you seeing him get close before he even gets there, it's like you start not really caring or whatever, because it's like you care, but you don't. It's like after a while, it's gonna be like, okay, you either believe it or not. You're gonna believe the ignorant people in the crowd that's misleading, obviously evil, or you're gonna believe what God is showing you right before your eyes, who he's using or whatever, and showing you what he can do, and for a fact the person is the truth just by what they're saying. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, just people just do like silly stuff. It's a psychic or whatever. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to hurry up and get out of here. It's a psychic online yesterday that made a reading and said that you get possessed or whatever when you're seeing certain messages or whatever by high spiritual beings or whatever. And I thought, like I said before, I thought that I was thinking that a little bit before, because I was like, how do I know this? And she was like, that's why you say all this intelligent, intellectual, spiritual stuff, and then afterwards you're like, it's like, because that's a certain type of gift that I have or whatever. So, and it was underneath another sign, but it was a sign that's in my chart, so we'll just say that. But yeah, it's just, you never, regardless if you're blind or you don't know the truth or whatever, it's best, or if you do know the truth and you're just trying to, you don't want to hear it, it's best to just not talk about it than to mislead people or whatever. Because when you're a false prophet and you're misleading people, you're responsible for those people being misled. Because in times like this, it's like, it's always a prophet that rise up or a messenger that rise up, and people are listening or whatever. But if you're getting up there and you're spreading the wrong messages or false messages, purposely trying to mislead people and misrepresent God, then you're on that side, you're on that team, and you will be judged even more harshly than the people that believe it. So I just wanted to get a quick example. I know I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to hurry up and get out of here.